All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's recent. I haven't made a whole lot of videos in the past like 7 or 8 days, but I've been super busy at home here and just packing up, trying to get stuff ready for this upcoming season. So with that said, while I was out here packing up, I thought of a pretty good idea for you guys, or video idea for you guys, and that is just some tools that I think you need to be traveling with, whether you're going to fish some of these bigger time tournaments or if you're just going to a new body of water or a fishing trip for a couple days and you're going to be away from home. These are some tools that you got to bring with you that are going to just save you a bunch of headaches when things go wrong. So this first one here is going to sound super obvious, and that's just an extension cord. I'm sure everyone's like, yeah, well, duh, everybody's carrying extension cords. And they are, but you would be very surprised at how many people don't carry enough of them. I recommend carrying at least 150 foot of extension cords. I actually carry like 250 foot, but in most cases, 150 foot is going to get you through. And it sounds ridiculous, but you never know where you're going to be staying at, hotel-wise or Airbnb-wise. You just never know how far away you're going to have to park the boat from an electrical outlet. So just be over-prepared with your extension cords. Number 2, a drill, a cordless drill. Pretty much everybody has one of these at their house. This one's nothing fancy. You don't have to have anything crazy, but man, I wish somebody would have told me to start carrying this around sooner. The amount of times that this would have came in handy taking screws out of the boat, or just fixing the trolling motor, anything like that. So just make sure you have a cordless drill. Most everybody has it. Just make sure your battery's charged. Throw it in the truck with a couple different drill bits, Phillips heads, and some flat heads, and you're going to be good to go. All right, number 3, a socket set. Now, in your socket set, you want to make sure you have both metric and standard sizes. When you are taking your boat or your truck apart, I can't tell you guys how many times I've taken things off of my truck that are standard and then gone to a different section and they're metric. You just never know, so make sure you have both of those different sizes or styles, I guess, with you. But moving on, number 4, gonna go with jumper cables. Pretty much everybody carries these in their boat. I do not as of right now, and I probably am gonna go pick up a set just to put in the boat. You never want to have a dead cranking battery out there in the tournament and kind of be stranded. So make sure you have some jumper cables to hook up to your trolling motor batteries to jump your starting battery or jump your truck or whatever. To go along with this, I will say the other thing though, I carry a trickle charger as well. Not a real expensive one. This one's like 50 bucks. I highly recommend carrying a trickle charger as well because if you have a charger go out in your boat, like your boat battery charger goes out, you're kind of screwed. You either just have to buy all new batteries and hope that they last you through that day or whatever. If you have a trickle charger, you can hook up each individual battery, or just a battery charger for that matter. You can hook up each individual battery and have power and survive the week until you can go get your charger fixed. The other benefit of having the trickle charger is, say it's tournament morning and everybody's in a rush trying to get to the boat ramp and you left the light on in your truck and your car or your truck battery dies. The only reason I'm saying this is because I've done it before, and you can hook up a trickle charger for like 5 minutes or just a battery charger and be good to go and not have to stop somebody to get a jump or anything like that. So really, really useful to just have a trickle charger with you. Next, breaker bar. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've had to use a breaker bar to change out tires on the boat, trailer, on the truck. So you gotta have a breaker bar with you. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Go get you some sockets that fit your lug nuts on your truck, that fit your lug nuts on your boat. I just carry mine around in a plastic bag, kind of janky, but gets the job done. The other thing actually that this doubles as is a prop wrench. I have a big socket that fits on my prop, so I can just carry this around, and what I do is carry this around in the boat with me and have a prop wrench that way. So The other thing that kind of goes hand in hand with that, a jack. This is nothing expensive. I think this is one I actually pulled out of one of my old cars. But it's had its use plenty of times. It's been great. I've picked the boat up with this thing, picked the truck up with this thing. I've changed a lot of spare tires out. I don't know what the deal is with me and blowing up tires, but I tend to do it every year. So make sure you have a jack with you. Next. All right, we're going to go into this little box here that I have labeled electrical. Now, what I carry is going to differ a little bit probably than what you guys carry. I carry things in this box specific to my boat. You can see I've got like inline fuses in here, just spare fuse holders that I can, because you guys know if you blow up fuses, it'll melt the holder. You can just cut that out and put a new one in real quick if you carry some extras. But with that said, whatever, it's going to vary from your boat to mine, but the thing that I will say that you need to be carrying that I have in this box is a soldering gun. Not a very expensive one, but a soldering gun, solder, and some shrink tube to waterproof your connection. I can't tell you how many times I've had to use that. Actually, a really important one was this past season. I was using my buddy's boat, and an inline fuse holder for the battery charger literally fried, so the batteries were not getting charged, and I was able to cut that fuse holder completely out, go in, solder, and heat shrink a brand new one in, and I think he still has it in there today because I did it right. So just make sure you go and have that, and you're going to be well off when something bad happens. The last thing, actually, you know what? All right, I'll throw these in there as well. Some wheel chocks. Just some stuff to stop your boat from rolling around if you do have to detach your truck from the boat wherever you're parked at. It doesn't have to be metal chocks. Literally just go get you 2 pieces of wood. Just like 2 blocks of wood and stick them under the tires of the boat and you'll be fine. Just make sure you have something. I find myself using those constantly at some of the places I'm staying. Now, lastly, extra fluids. I mean, for those of you who run 2-strokes, you got to have a couple extra gallons of oil with you. I mean, windshield wiper fluid, brake fluid, hub oil, just some extra fluids in case you were to have like a leak on your trailer and it's a small little leak and you can't get it fixed, but you can keep putting brake fluid into it. This stuff isn't very expensive to survive that week. So just make sure you have a little bit of this stuff and you'll be, I mean, just take your most common things with you. You don't have to go crazy with it. You don't have to bring antifreeze or whatever. Just make sure you got your common fluids. And WD-40. Man, for you down south, maybe this isn't as important, but for you who live up here in the north, you guys know the salt just rusts out a lot of the stuff on our vehicles. So if you ever have to get some bolts off that are rusted on, get some WD-40 and a wire brush and just start scrubbing it and get that rust off there just so you can get those bolts off. So with that said, that's just kind of some of the simple stuff that I carry that I hope you guys can take something away from this video and start carrying these things with you just to avoid some headaches in the future. If you guys like this, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all that good stuff. Tell your buddies, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.